The Secret Empire might have ended, but Alpha Flight and Captain Marvel find themselves in a weird predicament, as they're about to be fired. So as we get into the comic, we see that Captain Marvel is furious and she's yelling at a hologram of Black Panther, who has to update her on their status. Of course, Alpha Flight's actual station was recently blown up due to the event of Secret Empire, so she even calls out Steve Rogers for not being the one to make the call. And of course the rest of the team all is kind of joking, but this is no time to joke. And as it turns out, they don't really have a job or a direction right now, and when she questions if they're all fired, Black Panther quickly replies, no, think of this as a vacation of sorts. After this, we see them leaving, and the rest of the team seems to be rather happy that they have a vacation. Carol says she's not all about that, and as she flies off, she heads out on a new mission. Later that night, as Carol is sleeping in Jessica Drew's apartment, she is woken up by a bright light. This just so happens to be Bean, once again right in front of her, coming to warn her. Something is different, something is off, and there is some sort of dark energy, or as it said here, dimensional darkness that is pulling her towards it. She's warning Carol that this could all cause a bunch of danger to her and everybody else, before she is pulled away, leaving Carol all by herself. The next day, we see Captain Marvel has gathered up Alpha Flight. They were all pretty much doing nothing, just waiting to be called back for a new mission. When Carol updates them all on Bean and what exactly she saw, she puts it out there. Who is joining her on this quest? And as it turns out, everybody is ready and willing. Carol leads them to their transport vehicle, which happens to be a jet that looks like it would fall apart even if it tried to take off. It's down to Puck to be able to fix this thing and get them to where they need to go. We then transition over to a guy who is knocking on the Alpha Flight door. As it turns out, he needs something in here, and the people working quickly tell him to leave, but he's not going to have any of that. So then we have a fight. As it turns out, he's here for one thing, a vial that says Carol's name on it. Carol is called to action, and as she quickly flies there, we see that this dude, the shapeshifter, is completely obliterating the science lab. As he delivers the element he needed to Dr. Eve, they're quick to take off, but luckily Carol was there to see exactly where they're going. As Carol is in pursuit of them in space, she contacts Puck, who has the shuttle ready as it blasts right past her. Right at last second, Captain Marvel tries to tell Puck to back off due to something feeling a little bit off. A giant explosion happens right in front of them. As it turns out, Alpha Flight now is somewhere without Captain Marvel, in a random location in space, wondering exactly where they've ended up. Captain Marvel 125 is a pretty good issue. It's a good pick up and read if you've been abandoning the series for a little bit now, or if you're new to Captain Marvel. It quickly establishes the status quo, has good art, has good writing, and establishes who these characters are. I would give this one a 7.5 out of 10.